Hey, welcome. So you're gearing up for that DTZ B1 German exam, and let's be honest, the speaking section can feel like the final boss, right? Well, it really doesn't have to be. In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and demystify the whole thing step by step. 16 minutes. That's it. That's the total time standing between you and the finish line. And our mission today is to get you so prepared for every single one of those minutes that any anxiety you have just melts away and turns into pure confidence. Let's get into how we're going to do that. Here's our game plan. We'll start with a quick look at the exam itself. Then we'll break down all three parts one by one. And to wrap it up, we'll give you a simple but super powerful strategy for success. So let's dive right in. So what's the big idea here? What are the examiners actually looking for? Well, it boils down to three main things. Can you keep a conversation going? Can you talk about yourself in a natural way? And, this is the big one, can you work with someone to get something done?
First off, you're not going in there alone. You'll be paired up with another participant, and you'll have two examiners who are just there to listen. Now, this is really important. The vibe is meant to be supportive. The examiners aren't trying to trick you or catch you making mistakes. They're actually on your side and want to see you succeed.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty with part one, introducing yourself. Think of this as the warm-up act. It's all about making a good first impression and getting comfortable. And it goes by fast. We're talking maybe 3 or 4 minutes tops. Your only job in this section is to introduce yourself. Simple as that. It's a two-step dance. First, you talk about yourself using a few keywords they give you. Then, one of the examiners will ask you a quick question based on something you just said. Easy enough, right? So you'll get this little sheet with keywords like name or hobbies. But here's the secret. It's a guide, not a script you have to read from. The biggest mistake people make is just listing things off. They want to hear you speak freely, in full sentences. So instead of saying, my hobby is reading, maybe say something like, when I have free time, I really love to get lost in a good book, especially historical novels. You feel that difference? It's huge. After you introduce yourself, an examiner might ask something like, which language do you find the most difficult? Now, this isn't a trick question. They just want to see how you react on the fly. Can you understand and respond spontaneously? That's what it's all about. Okay, warm-up's over. Now we move on to part two. This is where things get a bit more conversational. It's all about sharing your personal experiences, telling your story. This part is a little longer, around 5 to 6 minutes, and the whole point is to shift from a simple intro into a real flowing conversation about a topic you talk about in everyday life. The setup here might feel a bit familiar. You'll talk about your experiences with a topic they give you, and then your partner will do the same with a different topic. And yeah, you might get another follow-up question, just like in the first part. Here's how it'll go down. They'll hand you a sheet with a picture and a topic, let's say travel. You'll want to briefly describe what's in the photo, sure, but, and this is the absolute key, you have to move beyond the picture. The examiners want to hear your stories, your opinions. What's your experience with travel? The picture is just the jumping off point for your personal story. And now we've arrived at the main event, part 3. This is the most interactive, the most dynamic, and honestly, probably the most important part of the whole exam. This is the teamwork challenge. Again, you've got about 5 or 6 minutes, but the whole focus shifts. Now your success is tied directly to how well you can communicate and plan something with your partner. So here's the task. You and your partner get the exact same assignment. A classic one is planning a farewell party for a friend. They'll give you some points to discuss, like when, where, what about a gift. Your job is to have a real conversation and figure out the party details together. So how do you absolutely nail this part? Well, first, you've got to be proactive. Don't just sit there waiting. You need to jump in and get the ball rolling with a clear suggestion. Something like, hey, I suggest we have the party on Saturday. Next, and this is so crucial, you have to react to your partner. This isn't about taking turns giving speeches. Listen to their ideas, and then respond. Whether you totally agree and say, Saturday is a great idea, or you have to disagree with, oh, unfortunately, I can't do Saturday. The point is, you have to engage with them. And finally, ask questions. This is the #1 way to show that you're actually creating a plan together. Asking your partner, so what do you think we should get him as a gift, shows you're in a real dialogue, not just two people talking at each other. So what's the end game? By the time those 5 or 6 minutes are up, the examiners want to see that you and your partner have actually come to a decision. They want to see a final shared plan for the party that you've negotiated together. Okay, we've broken down all 3 parts of the exam. Now let's wrap it all up with a simple, winning game plan you can carry right into the exam room with you.
Here are 5 keys to remember. 1. Be active, especially in part 3. Don't be afraid to make suggestions. 2. Listen carefully. A good conversation is all about reacting. 3. Speak in full sentences. Never ever just say yes or no, always explain why. 4. Don't sweat the mistakes. Being fluent and getting your point across is way more important than perfect grammar. And finally, number 5, be friendly. Smile, make eye contact. It creates a great atmosphere and makes a world of difference. And that's it. From that first hello to the final collaborative plan, the DTZ B1 speaking exam is a really clear, manageable process. It's designed to let you show what you can do. So I'll leave you with a question to think about. Which part of this exam is your biggest strength? Which part lets your personality shine? Focus on that, and you are going to do great. Good luck.